Suggested coloring techniques for using markers, crayons, and colored pencils. When using large chisel tip Crayola markers or Mr. Sketch markers, if you use the side of the triangle and create wide lines in the space you're coloring, it goes much faster and looks much neater, versus if you go back and forth over and over and over. This technique saves marker ink and saves you time and looks much neater in the end. Depending on the kind of project you're doing, you may want to use very dark coloring, very light coloring, or kind of medium kind of pressure coloring. When you do very, very light, right here, or medium, those are best for when you're adding paint or even marker on top of crayon, because you'll see both colors. And making smaller movements instead of really large movements every which direction looks much better. Much like crayons, colored pencils can be applied in varying pressures. You could push down hard, you could color very light or kind of medium. And it really all depends on the kind of project you're doing, or if you want to layer them up with other coloring materials or paints. Paints don't work as well for these because they don't have the wax in them to create the wax resist like crayons do. Just like crayons, it's best to color more in one direction and have smaller movements with your hand. As you can see, coloring one way creates a much neater outcome for your coloring. You could also layer up your colors of crayon or colored pencil. You could even add marker with colored pencil or crayon. This gives you more variety of colors as well as creates a much more interesting outcome.